Okay, y'all. Now, I really don't want to make this channel crotchety old man grousing about women. I don't think that would be um, in my interest, and I don't think it would be interesting to many people, uh, and it would just not be in order. So I'm trying to avoid that, but I also have some things to say that I want to say, that I'm going to try to say without without sounding like a crotchety old man complaining about women. All right. So here goes. Here's my try. Here's my best effort. I talked before about things that the ways in which many conservative women today um, just aren't as different from feminists as one would expect or hope. Um, there is there are differences, to be fair. Um, the conservative woman has a different perspective. Acknowledges that there are biological differences between the sexes, and is against abortion and a lot of other things that really do matter and that do count. So I don't want to come on here and just sound like I think a lot of the forgive me, but a lot of the MGTOW types sound when they say, you know, conservative women are just as feminist as liberal women. I mean, um, there are differences that matter between the two of them. However, what I find distressing is that there are a lot of conservative women who seem to be as bitterly anti-male as your septum pierced, blue-haired, green-haired, uh, drinking a mug with male tears on the front of the mug, kind of person. Um, that is to say, they they're more sympathetic to men in principle, but in um, in in reality, in practice, they wind up just coming across like they absolutely uh, deplore and despise men. Now, they say different things about men. Okay, it's not that they're all alike. That's how I want to separate myself from the crotchety types, both old and young, and and in the middle, who just go for that total. They're all like, there's no dime's worth of difference between them. There is a difference there are differences that matter, but conservative women are often just as anti-male um, as their liberal feminist counterparts. Now, one of the reasons why this, one of the things that they cite a lot, and I've talked about this before, something that they seem to scapegoat a lot is pornography. They say, men are just addicted to porn. Men these days are worthless because they're just addicted to porn, and they don't know how to approach a real woman. And uh, uh, look, I'm not pro porn. Okay, I've talked about this in a different video. I've talked about this whole um, what I call scapegoating of pornography, which, I'm down on pornography. I'm anti-pornography. So when I say that they scapegoat pornography, I don't mean that in a way that I mean to be sympathetic to pornography. What I mean is that they use it as a cudgel to bash men with, um, and very just in a very knee jerk manner, in a manner that just doesn't seem to be well thought out. You know, like like when they were freaking out that a lot of men were going around saying such and such an actress, this beautiful actress, was really just mid, and they were saying this is just because of pornography. Pornography is having this effect on men, where they would say something like that about a beautiful actress, um, you know, and if she's mid, if they think she's mid, then what chance do I have? They don't say that part out loud, but that's what they think. I think. Um, Now, another thing that these anti-male conservative women tend to say, it's been my experience. Um, and when I say my experience, I mainly mean online. Um, uh, in social media forums, when I join a discussion and you know, uh, get get feedback from others. I frequently hear this line. Okay, they say, if women have gone bad, if in the modern age women are not doing what they should, if they're not behaving well, if they're not treating uh, marriage as a sacrament, if they're instigating most divorces, blah blah blah, so on all down the line. Um, well, that's really men's fault. It's men's fault. You know why? Okay, can you guess why? It's because if men were truly being men, if men have abdicated their role as leaders, men used to be leaders, and women followed them, you know naturally, because men are naturally created to lead, and women are naturally created to follow the men who lead. But now that men have abdicated their leadership roles, now we have women being all being, going nuts, becoming completely insufferable. But that's men's fault. It's because of men. And if men would just man up and step up, and I don't know what they have in mind here, like like, I mean, I don't care how manly you are. I don't care how old school you are. Like, are you gonna just what effect do you really have on the culture around you? Uh, if the culture around you is just continues to be shitty, you're one person swimming against the tide of shit. I mean, what do they expect? I mean, what this boils down to is, for them, when men fail, it's men's fault. When women fail, it's also men's fault. So, if that doesn't sound feminist, if that doesn't sound like the kind of anti-male bilge that we commonly hear from feminist types on the left, then I don't know. I don't know what does. Now, again, they say different kinds of things. The feminists don't say men should lead. they they have their own. I mean, I don't know. Like they just seem to think that they just seem to hate men just through and through, and male feminists they hate more than any other man. Because secretly they share the same predilections as the conservative women who like and respect the women or the men who lead. Okay, fine. Fine. What does this leadership look like, ladies? If any of you happen to be watching this, what do you think? What do you think we can do against the culture of shit? I mean, what is is it our responsibility to I don't know. Do you want us to do illegal things? Do you want us to try to foment a revolution to restore the patriarchy? Is that what you want? Then you'll respect men who do that. But until that happens, men are to blame for women's poor behavior. So yeah, this is something that I've seen be a pattern, and the annoying thing is that you also have some men, some I don't know what they would call themselves, some guys, who would claim to be traditionalists, basically saying the same thing, and it's kind of like, it's pretty much just like simping. It's saying, I'm I'm not going to identify him, but it was some guy, some tiresome, right wing, macho tradcon influencer, saying, I'm tired of men complaining about women's behavior. If women misbehave, it's men's fault because we're the ones who need to lead, and all the women, amen to that. It's never our fault. It's always men's fault. Yeah, I'm like so, these women were on this, like, in this conversation, were even saying things like women should have never gotten the vote. Well, I personally don't think anyone should get the vote. I'm not a believer in voting. I'm not a Democrat with a little d, or with a big D. Certainly not with a big D, but not with a little d either. So I don't believe women should vote. I also believe that men shouldn't vote, but that's a different story. Yeah, things would be better if women didn't vote. I mean, I think that's undeniable. We wouldn't get so many crap politicians in power. Well, I mean, we'd probably get some crap ones, but not as many of degenerate lefty liberal types. Okay, so what are we're supposed to push for? What is it? Is it the 19th Amendment that that gives the franchise of voting to women? I mean, this law that's been in place for a century. Are these women expecting men to start to to start this popular movement to remove the franchise of voting from women? Is that what they're expecting? Do they understand? Do they understand? Like, like you ask a young man to do something like that, to go out on a limb and say, take the votes away from women. You realize what's going to happen to that young man if he goes forward with that, and really pushes for taking the votes away from women. You realize he'll get crushed. Do you realize that? Do you care? Well, men should be able to find a way. If they were real men, they would find a way. Real men find a way. These are the kind of things that they say. Oh my God. Ah. See, I'm sounding crotchety now. But I tried not to. I did my best. If I had hair, I'd be pulling it out right now. With and I'm just thinking there's not really any reason to join these conversations anymore. It's just I just don't think it's worthwhile. Anyway, what do y'all think? Leave your comments below. Thanks for watching.